I got a chance to try out the demo for the game Photogeist Albums. The visuals for this game reminds me of old school game consoles, but not in a bad way. You'll be happy to know that the game offers multiple save files. The theme of this game involves solving mysteries and fighting with ghost monsters called geist. Think about cartoon shows like Danny Phantom, Men in Black, and Ghostbusters, and then add in some gameplay like Pokemon Snap and general turn-based monster taming combat. The game opens up with the protagonist meeting someone at an abandoned farm that is basically in the middle of nowhere. You meet a park ranger that looks like they probably got crystals set up at their house. They've got bottles dangling from their hat to let you know that they're very spiritual, or they just like chimes. I'm glad that the developer has some humor thrown in with the game dialogue. Once I started playing, I got to learn how to use the camera to find clues. When you take a picture of the correct thing, your photo will show some text indicating what you found. From the demo, I viewed unlocking new keys for different areas as a checkpoint of progress through the game story. I found my first geist, and it was a bell bird ghost creature. I also learned that the protagonist had a special gift that helped them to be able to see geist. The game also includes these hidden items that you can find all over the place, but I haven't figured out what the actual purpose for these items actually is. It took me a while, but I eventually figured out what to do with these grave sites. I had to throw these rocks inside of them. That reminds me, the battles in this game are not one-dimensional. You can try to banish or destroy a geist, you can try to appease one and then it could join your team, or you could try to physically run away. It took me longer to realize how to run away. It's similar to Legends Arceus and how the player is able to run away from battle. The way to banish and the way to appease are both found within the actual combat interface. You can also gain new geist from just taking a picture and just having a good catch rate on the picture. I don't believe Nintendo patented that one yet. In order to choose whether or not you want to banish or appease a geist, you just have to press a button that toggles your attack options based on your actual goal. Some monsters will be easier to appease than banish, and vice versa. This game definitely feels like an original experience within the monster taming genre. The game also includes a journal that functions similar to a Pokédex. While test playing, I was able to fight a giant frog-looking monster that reminds me of Poliwrath, but if it was a Heartless from Kingdom Hearts. The monster had an intimidating introduction animation, which was cool. Luckily for me, I think I must have had the right counter to the type of monster it was, because I was able to do some serious damage to it and take it out without much trouble at all. Once I managed to defeat the boss monster, I was then able to meet up with a different character. This character, Roderick, is presented like they will be the rival for the protagonist in this game. The way it's set up, it seems to be an intentional reference to the rival in Pokemon. Now, Roderick sends out a floppy disk geist that apparently functions similar to Ditto. It transforms into my first monster and then proceeds to wreck my entire team, like seriously destroying my whole team. This battle definitely seemed like an intentionally humbling moment early in the game, which is a good thing. After that beatdown, I later do some more exploring and I come across a new large geist called a Dramove. Once I realized that this thing is level 22 and it has the power to back it up by destroying my first monster in one hit, I proceed to take my exit before getting wrecked again. So this was my initial experience playing Photogeist Albums. Looks like it's going to be a really good game when it finally comes out. If you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to subscribe and like and share. Find out what happens next time on the OFC.